Hey, I'm Captain Dickless. Welcome to my channel. I've always wanted to share the latest news with you, so today we're talking about that. Let's get cracking into it. Stick around, you don't want to miss it.
Legally is accused in a gruesome crime. He's charged with killing his girlfriend and her friend in their home in Burien. ICE has now filed a criminal detainer with King County.
The suspect is Marvin Ortiz Montesinos, who is behind bars. He also has a wife and kids back in Guatemala.
Investigators report after Victoria Aparicio Cruz broke up with 29-year-old Marvin Ortiz Montesinos, he went and brutally murdered her inside of their shared home, stabbing her more than 20 times, then killing her friend and their roommate, Janeth Gomez Hernandez, a mother of a 10-year-old boy. Investigators said Ortiz Montesinos stabbed her more than 40 times.
A Fox News exclusive, an illegal immigrant with a history of drunk driving charged with murder after the death of an 8-year-old girl.
When authorities say an intoxicated illegal alien from Guatemala crossed a double yellow line and crashed head-on into the family's car, driven by U.S. Marine Oscar Cruz Asensio. Oscar had to have a leg amputated above the knee and is fighting to recover from a traumatic brain injury.
Oscar Ortega was convicted for gross vehicular manslaughter after driving drunk and speeding at nearly 100 miles an hour in 2021 when he crashed into a car, killing two 19-year-olds.
Trying to fix it. On day one of my presidency, I kept my commitment and sent a comprehensive immigration bill to the United States Congress. If you believe we need to secure the border, pass it because it has a lot of money for high-tech border security. If you believe in a pathway to citizenship, pass it. There's over 11 million undocumented folks, the vast majority of here overstaying visas. Pass it. We can actually, if you actually want to solve a problem, I've sent a bill to take a close look at it. We also have to get at the root problem of why people are fleeing, particularly to our southern border from Guatemala, Honduras, and El Salvador. The violence, the corruption, the gangs, the political instability, hunger, hurricanes, earthquakes, natural disasters. When I was president, when I was vice president, the president asked me to focus on providing help needed to address the root causes of migration. And it helped keep people in their own countries instead of being forced to leave. The plan was working, but the last administration decided it was not worth it. I'm restoring the program and asked Vice President Harris to lead our diplomatic effort to take care of this. I have absolute confidence she'll get the job done. Now look, if you don't like my plan, let's at least pass what we all agree on. Congress needs to pass legislation this year to finally secure protection for dreamers. The young people who've only known America as their home. And permanent protection for immigrants who are here on temporary protective status who came from countries beset by man-made and natural-made violence and disaster, as well as a pathway to citizenship for foreign workers who put food on our tables. Look, immigrants have done so much for America during this pandemic and throughout our history. The country supports immigration reform. We should act. Let's argue over it. Let's debate it, but let's act.
This morning, after a man said to be in the United States illegally is charged with killing a grandmother in Georgia. Immigration officials say that this man, right here on your screen, was initially arrested when he crossed over the U.S. border back in 2021. He had a notice to appear in court back then, but never did. And now officials say he's a murderer. Mills is here with more. Mills, what more do we know about the suspect and this grandmother, a mother of 5, that was killed? This is awful.
Right. This is absolutely awful. And Markey, ICE officials say that David Hector Rivas Sagasumi, the man accused of murdering that Georgia grandmother, was in the country illegally. The Department of Homeland Security says that the 21-year-old was caught and released at the southern border after he was given a notice to appear in court in March of 2021. And more than 2 years later, in July 2023, a judge ordered him to be deported. Fast forward nearly 2 more years to now, and Rivas Sagasumi faces felony murder and assault charges in connection to 52-year-old Camelia Williams' death. Williams' family says that she is originally from Louisiana but moved to the Atlanta suburbs a few years ago, where they believe Rivas Sagasume stalked, preyed, and viciously attacked her earlier this month. A GoFundMe raising money for Williams' funeral expenses reveals that she was a mom of 5. And in an arrest warrant obtained by local media, police say that Rivas Sagasume put Williams in a chokehold and then kneeled on her neck with his full body weight, killing her.
Wondering, how did we get to this point? Well, a New York Times investigation found much of it stems from the policies of his predecessor, who it turns out was warned multiple times that allowing so many people to enter the country could have a detrimental impact. The crackdown on illegal immigrants ramping up across the country, with cities like New Orleans and Minneapolis just the latest targets.
We're looking for criminal aliens. We're looking for public safety threats, national security threats, and illegal aliens.
For critics, the tactics have been harsh, the mission misleading, especially in light of new data showing of the 220,000 arrested in the first 9 months of the Trump administration, 75,000, or 1/3, had no criminal records, according to the research group Deportation Data Project. But the Trump administration insists the tactics are necessary because of what happened during the 4 years under President Joe Biden, in which 1 million people are believed to have entered the country illegally.
If you don't have any borders, then you don't have a nation, right? Trump did a better job. I don't. Trump did a better job. Trump did a better job. I don't like Trump, but we should have a secure border, and it ain't that hard to do. Biden didn't do it.
A new investigation by the New York Times revealing even before he took office, Joe Biden was repeatedly warned that his approach to immigration could prove disastrous and could provoke a political crisis. President Biden's Homeland Security chief often characterized the policy like this.
We are devoted to providing humanitarian relief for those who qualify. It is one of our country's proudest traditions.
That policy quickly broadcast around the world, with hundreds of thousands of people coming each month. Now, toward the end of his administration, President Joe Biden did crack down on who was allowed to enter the country. But the Times investigation revealed he and his inner circle were waiting for Congress to act, and also were worried about alienating the Latino community.